Hey guys, welcome back. It's your girl Toya T. I am back. I know you're wondering why am I smiling, and I'm back in my car. I thought it would be a great idea to make this video in my car because it's a Lyft video, and I wanted to share with you guys over the last week what was going on. I hadn't been driving for a while, so the last video I think I made was like how Lyft has changed, and that was from January, and that was the last time that I actually drove, was during my winter break in January, and I only did it for like a few days, so it wasn't even a full week. I wasn't doing it as many hours as I was doing it over the summer, but recently, because of all the snow that we've gotten in Boston, there has been a increase in ride requests, and so Lyft has been sending emails and texts and all these they've been sending emails and texts to their drivers. Particularly, I'm talking about myself. I've gotten so many emails from them talking about getting back on the road, and Boston drivers are making more than ever. They're making, $50 an hour or $37 an hour, and I'm like, I'm still teaching, and I'm, stuck in my house too, so it doesn't make, and I don't live in the city, so, driving for Lyft didn't make a lot of sense when I also was stuck underneath all the snow like everyone else, and I had a lot of other things going on in my personal life or in my other work life, so I just didn't have the time to, until last week when they sent out an email saying that they were giving out a $1,000 bonus for drivers who have not driven, who's taken a driving hiatus like I have, to get back on the road. And they were saying if you complete 50 rides between February 13th to February 20th by 11 p.m. and they would give you a $1,000 bonus on top of the money that you earned. And I saw this and said, hey, I like a challenge, and that definitely is very attractive and worth my while. And if it's not too bad out on the roads, then I will go out and drive, when I'm not teaching. So I got back on the road, and I realized, I started on the Monday, and I realized in order to accomplish this goal, I had to do about 10 rides a day. I thought, oh, simple. No, 10 rides a day is hard. It is hard, especially if they're 10 long rides in a day. It's tiring. I was very tired at the end of doing it. And even some of the days that I tried to do 10 each day, some of the days I did 7, some of them I did 9. And so by Thursday, I had to complete 14 rides in order for me to be able to have only 10 rides left to do on the Friday. And so Thursday itself, I teach on Thursday. So as soon as I got out of my class, I went and I started driving, and I was pretty much driving all day long. I didn't get home until I think about 7:30, 6:30, 7:30. No, like 7:30, I think. And I was driving since like 10:30. And it took a long time to get 14 rides. I mean, I got lucky that some of them were short, but the driving itself was just weary. But besides all that, I completed it, and this is one of the things that I absolutely love about Lyft, is that they have been, they're very conscious of how to make things attractive and beneficial for their riders and for their drivers. So when I was doing my 50 rides in 1 week, I met a lot of new passengers who actually signed on because Lyft gave out 10 free rides, and they're still giving out 10 free rides, I think until the 28th of February. They gave out 10 free rides up to $20 for new riders. And because the public transportation in the Boston area has been just completely just dismantled by the amount of snow that we have received over the last 4 weeks, a lot more people who used to take just the T and used to walk or bicycle to work or wherever they're going started taking Lyft. It's like, hey, it's $20. I don't really go far, so let me just use it. And it's been really great, and people who have been using it have been saying how great it was that they gave them 10 free rides, especially since they're probably going to use those 10 free rides during the work week, trying to get to work or from work. And they thought that was really cool. especially since some of them also tried Uber at the same time because of the same issue, and they didn't like the experience that they got from it. And not to bash Uber, but it seems like they weren't offering 10 free rides to their new passengers who became new passengers because of the transportation issues in the Boston area. And so they were taking more advantage of the situation instead of trying to use their resources and the amount of money, the millions of dollars that they've already made to try to attract new riders by offering them 10 free rides, especially when they're in a situation like this. And instead, they've been doing a lot of surges, which is when they charge, double or triple or quadruple or whatever they can increase the price of the ride during high rider frequency, or high rider frequency, during times when there would be a lot of ride requests, and Lyft does the same thing too, but it's usually around certain times in certain areas, and they let you know ahead of time, and Uber lets their passengers know too. But it's important to also remember that Lyft has lower prices than Uber, so already for the passengers, they're like, oh my gosh, this is so expensive. And so Lyft actually got a lot more new passengers from the fact that they're giving out these free rides, which is great for the drivers and for the new passengers too. So the passengers are getting these free rides and they're able to get around the city, but then they remember during that experience when they couldn't get around. So when the spring hits and we no longer have snow and summer, they're more likely to use Lyft after having had that 10 free rides and getting to experience what the whole Lyft ride sharing experience is. So I think that's pretty great. And the drivers get the money. You get more people making requests. When I was doing my 50 rides this past week, and I wish I made videos during it, but I was so tired. I never had a lull in my requests. As soon as I drop one person off, I think the longest I waited for a new request was probably 3 minutes. Because as soon as I dropped someone off, someone else was looking for a ride, and people sometimes would cancel, and as soon as someone had canceled, another person came up. It was like clockwork. And I also got a lot of mentor drive requests too, which sorry for anyone who tried to get a mentor ride for me during this past week. I refused them because mentor drives don't count as rides, and I needed to make those 50 rides because I'm going to Japan for my spring break, and I already paid for it, but Lyft just paid, everything else that I'm going to need. So it's going to pay for all my other travel expenses with my nice $1,000 bonus. So when I get it, I'm going to be putting that right in the bank towards my Japan trip and not touching it until I leave during March spring break. And I will be thanking Lyft. I'll be probably making a video at the airport thanking Lyft as I take my nonstop flight from New York to Tokyo, Japan. So anyway, this was a kind of short video, but whatever. Talking about just some of the great things that Lyft has done. And this isn't the first time they've offered incentives. They actually offered me another incentive before that to get back on the road, and they'd give me a $100 bonus if I completed 30 rides by March 1st. And thank God I didn't do that one. Held out and got $1,000 in my pocket. And this offer was also for other cities too, except they only had the weekend because they don't have snow. And they were only offering them a $500 bonus to complete 50 rides between the Friday and the Monday during President's Day weekend. And I don't know if anyone completed that, but I definitely completed this to get my $1,000, and it was well worth it. I got to meet a lot of cool people, got to have a lot of conversations, and got to really see what was going on in the city, because I don't live in the city. I live south of the city in the suburbs now, so it really forced me to have to go around and see what was really what was going on with people that were living in the city and some of their issues, and getting to help people and get them to work and get them home. That's always a great feeling, especially since everyone is very, happy with the service. And I still have my high rating, which is absolutely awesome. I'm still at awesome ratings, which is I have a 4.92 and still one of the highest. I still have one of the highest ratings. I need to toot my own horn too, in the Boston area, which I guess they said that the average is 4.80, and I'm at a 4.92. I'm still an overachiever. So I just had to put that out there. Anyway, if you guys have any questions about Lyft and some of the incentive programs, also if you want to become a driver right now in the Boston area, they have now increased our bonuses. So if you sign up and use my special Lyft code, which I will put in the link below, in the box below, I get $200 and you get $200 once you complete 30 rides in 20 days. No, 20 rides in 30 days. Yes, your first 20 rides in the month. So if you're interested in signing up, use my code. You'll both make money off of it, and I'm more than happy to give any kind of advice about doing Lyft driving, especially for people like me who are only doing it part-time and when they need to make some travel money or pay some credit card bills from from having to spend more money during this cold winter than ever. So anyway, comment, like, and subscribe. Share with anybody that is a Lyft driver or who wants to become a Lyft driver, and I will see you guys later. Thanks for checking in. I'm still happy, $1,000 richer. Bye.